FRN nationally is, I think there are around somewhere around 215 chapters now. This organization specifically is only or primarily on college and university campuses. We mainly only work with anything Sodexo, so the dining halls and Einstein's or Subway, Jasmine's, even Front Porch Cafe. We go to each dining location and we pick up all the leftovers that they set aside for us, and we use reusable containers and then put the food in whenever if they're gonna throw it away and it's still edible, which it usually is. We walk in, we grab it, and then we drive it downtown to the Denver Rescue Mission. The average DU student throws away around 3 pounds of food every day. When I lived in JMAC and when I lived in Nagel, Nelson was one of the main places that I ate. And with a buffet style place like that, it's so easy to just go in, and I used to go and say like, oh, that looks really good, I'm gonna take it. That looks really good, I'm gonna take it. And I would take all this food, sit down, eat half my meal, and realize I'm full, and then I would just have to dump the rest away. And so I guess getting people to sort of be conscious of that and knowing that like, if you're in Nelson, you can go up for seconds. Like, you don't have to take everything you want right away. I sort of had in my head that it was like this issue that was just bigger than us, we couldn't solve, and the people that want to solve it are already working on it. Not to like come out the wrong way, but like it wasn't something that I really thought that I had the power to like actually make a difference. And then I realized that food insecurity and hunger are not food shortage issues. We're not in a famine in the United States. Like it's really just a distribution issue. And so when I started to put these pieces together, that we're wasting all of this food, and in addition to all the people that are going hungry, food waste is the number one item in landfills, which is one of the greatest contributors to methane and greenhouse gases. So it's awful for the environment. So why don't we just take this perfectly edible food, and instead of harming the environment, let's help people with that food. I always have these sort of like two conflicting emotions when I go to do a food recovery. If I go to Halls and I see we might have upwards of 100 pounds of food from one day alone that's there for us to take. And so I look at it and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Like, I get to go give this to people who might not have eaten today and like help these like starving families just by taking a few minutes out of my day. But then I also have this conflicting emotion of like, I cannot believe that all this food was just going to be sitting in the garbage. FRN's sort of main mission is to change the norm from food waste to food recovery. Knowing that we're part of making that change at DU, of taking a really simple action to not only help the environment, but feed people who, again, might not have eaten that day, is really unlike anything I've ever been a part of.